Atlantis, The Lost Sonnet by Ivan Boland. How on earth did it happen? I used to wonder that a whole city, arcs, pillars, colonnades, not to mention vehicles and animals, had all one fine day gone under. I mean, I said to myself, the world was small then. Surely a great city must have been missed. I missed our old city. White pepper, white pudding, you and I meeting under fan lights and low skies to go home in it. Maybe what really happened is this. The old fable makers searched hard for a word to convey that what is gone forever, and never found it. And so, in the best traditions of where we come from, they gave their sorrow a name and drowned it. Hi everyone, so today my name is April Joanne Molina and my group mate will be analyzing a contemporary poem in European, Latin, and American. So the contemporary poem is titled Atlantis by Ivan Boland. It is a lost sonnet, so it is a poignant exploration of lost memory and the enduring power of myth. So the poem departs from the traditional sonnet form, both in structure and theme. Rather than adhering to a strict rhyme scheme and meter, Boland employs a more fluid and conversational style, reflecting the intimate nature of her reflection. So the poem begins with a childlike wonder, questioning the disappearance of the legendary city of Atlantis. So, this initial curiosity quickly transitions into a meditation on loss and fragility of human existence. Boland suggests that the myth of Atlantis serves as a metaphor for any lost civilization or forgotten past. In its final lines of the poem offer a profound insight. They gave me their sorrow a name and drowned it. This statement implies that the process of naming and remembering loss can be both cathartic and painful. By giving a name to sorrow, we acknowledge its existence, but we also perpetuating its power. The act of drowning sorrow suggests a desire to suppress it, to bury it beneath the waves of the time. Next, we will going to analyze the poetic style and structure that Ivan Boland used in this poetry. So, Boland poetry is characterized by its sensitivity, its exploration of personal and historical themes, and its innovative use of form. She often employs traditional poetic structures, such as the sonnet or the villanelle, but she infuses them with a contemporary sensibility. In Atlantis, a lost sonnet, Boland's use of free verse. It allows for a more flexible and expressive form. The poem's conversational tone and simple language create a sense of intimacy and immediacy. However, the underlying structure of sonnet, its 14 lines, and its thematic progression remains discernible, suggesting a tension between the traditional and the experimental. Okay. And next, let's discuss the contemporary poetry in European and Latin American literature. Contemporary poetry in Europe and Latin America is diverse and vibrant field, characterized by a wide range of styles, themes, and approaches. So, some of the key trends in contemporary European poetry include first, the postmodernism, a focus on fragmentation, irony, and the blurring of genres. Next, we have confessional poetry, a personal and often autobiographical style. third, we have eco poetry, a concern with environmental issues and the natural world. Another, we have the experimental poetry, a willingness to challenge traditional poetic forms and conventions. So, okay, next in Latin American poetry, key trends include first, magical realism, a blending of the real and the fantastic. Social and political poetry. It is a focus on issues of inequality, injustice, and oppression. Next, indigenous poetry. It is a celebration of indigenous cultures and traditions. Now let's have a brief discussion about Evan Boland. Evan Boland was a renowned Irish poet, known for her exploration of Irish history, mythology, and the female experience. Her work often challenges traditional gender roles and explores the complexities of identity and belonging. Boland's poetry is characterized by its lyrical beauty, its intellectual depth, and its unflinching honesty. She is considered one of the most important poets for her generation. So that's it. Um, let's proceed for the next report.
One, I am Rayaniti Blanis from BSED English 3A. So here's my report about the Atlantis, a law sonnet. So here's my interpretation about the significant lines that relates in me. So first, um, Atlantis, a law sonnet is a exploration of loss, memory, and the passage of time. The poem's central question is like, how on earth did it happen? I used to wonder. Resonates deeply with the human experience of grappling with the inexplicable disappearance of people, places, and moments. So, in my own life, I've experienced the loss of loved ones, and the fading of cherished memories, just as Atlantis vanished beneath the waves. These losses have left an enduring impact, shaping my understanding of the world and my place within it. So, Boland's exploration of a mythical city mirrors the way we often construct narrative around our own losses, weaving them into stories that both comfort and haunt us. So, like the line, they gave their sorrow a name and drowned it, is particularly striking me. It's it suggests that sometimes the most effective way to cope up with pain is to acknowledge it. It give it gives it a form and then let it go. This resonates with my own experience of grief, where naming emotions and shaping them with others has been a powerful tool for healing. So my thoughts about this poem is Bolans invites us to contemplate the nature of loss and the way it transforms our perceptions of the past. By focusing on enigmatic disappearance of Atlantis, she underscored the fragility of human existence and the impermanence of all things. The poem final lines maybe what really happened is this: the old fable makers search a, search hard for a word to convey that what is gone forever and never found it. Highlights that the limitation of language is expressing profound loss. Sometimes words fail to capture the depth of our sorrow, and we left grapple with the unsaid. So Atlantis is a meditation on the human condition, a reminder of the fleeting nature of life and the enduring power of memory. By exploring a mythical city, Boland invites us to consider our own personal histories and stories we tell ourselves about the past. So that's all for my report. Thank you.